Freedom is sexy. JustIncredible.tv.
Hi, I'm Justin, and I like things. For example, I love meat. Like big, juicy, medium rare T-bone steak with some grilled onions and mushrooms and pepper and hot sauce. Oh, just, that's heaven in my mouth. I love all sorts of meats, you know. I remember as a kid the pamphlets that they would hand out at schools, you know, to make sure you eat your proper food groups. And if you don't have your meat, how can you eat your pudding, right? Hey, I love it. I try to have meat at least once a day, if not twice a day. Absolutely love it. I also love big cars, muscle cars, big trucks, big vans. As you all know, I've got a V10 in this vehicle, and it kicks ass. I love it. All my vehicles have been V8s, minimum. Except for one stint when I was driving a little V6 Mustang. It was just a work vehicle at the time. But for personal vehicles, gotta be at least a V8. Love it. Love the rumble of them, love the power, love the simplicity, especially of the older V8s. 70s, 80s, early 90s. They last a long time, and I don't pay rent, so I really don't care about gas. And I wouldn't have it any other way. I also love firearms. What am I going to have for lunch today? How about a big steak and some pew, pew, pew? Because putting holes in paper targets or mattresses or televisions out in the woods, that's a lot of fun. And it's a great sport as well. If you're into the shooting sports, guns are awesome. They are. So, guns, meat, big trucks and muscle cars. You know, these are all things I love. I love. But you know what's interesting? Let's think about this for a second. You know, I don't impose it on anyone else. If you don't want to eat meat, you shouldn't eat meat. That's your call, it's your life, and you live in a free country. So, don't eat meat. If you don't want a big powerful muscle car, or a big truck or van, you can go buy yourself a little golf cart Prius if that's what tickles your fancy. It's a free country. And you know what? If you don't like guns, you don't have to buy one. And I'm not going to sit here and tell you that you should buy one. And that, to me, is the basis of freedom. It's your choice, no one else's. And as long as no one tries to take away your choice and your freedom, we're still in a free country. Now, I don't want to label anyone or put anyone into generalize a group. Well, I guess I am generalizing, and there's nothing wrong with generalizing, because generally a generalization is true to a certain extent. There's exceptions to every rule, but generally it's true. If I were to say something like the vast majority of non-meat eaters, let's say vegans, cannot accept the fact that people like me have a choice to eat meat, and they try to convince me not to. And they try to tell me that I shouldn't. And people that drive Nissan Leafs or Chevy Volts or Priuses, those types of people put their nose up in the air when a big truck drives by, or a muscle car, or a classic car, or something like that, because they think they're better than other people for some twisted reason. And they want to push their belief systems down other people's throats. And people that are anti-gun don't want people like me to be able to go off and buy a firearm like I just did recently. And so it seems to be the complete opposite mentality that I have. I like all these things, but I'm not going to tell you that you have to get these things and do these things. You can do whatever you want. The problem is, those groups of people, if they can't change my behavior, they think it's okay to try and lobby big government to take away my freedoms. They want to outlaw big vehicles and V8s and V10s. They want to force people to stop eating meat, and they want Big Brother to come and take our guns away. So, those groups of people, in my opinion, are anti-freedom in every sense of the word. They can't accept the fact that people have differing opinions than theirs. Now, I don't agree with their opinions. That was a nice motorcycle. You see, that guy has a choice to buy a motorcycle. I love Harleys too. They're awesome. But I don't think he should give it up to buy some stupid little electric scooter because somebody out there believes that that's what he should do. And so they'll lobby the government to try to, outlaw real motorcycles. I got a message. So, what I'm saying is, if you believe in freedom and liberty, no matter where you live, no matter what country you're in, then you should be against government regulations pushing too far and taking away our freedom one little bit at a time. You should accept that people have the choice and the freedom to eat what they want, to drive what they want, and to take up shooting sports and go buy a gun, or hunt, or whatever the case may be. If somebody picks up a rifle and causes a crime with it, they should be punished and thrown in jail. It's not the gun's fault, it's the person's fault. If they get behind the wheel of a big truck and run people over, same thing. It's not the truck's fault. And if somebody chooses to eat a steak every single day, it's up to them. Very rarely do I see people eating meat and trying to convince vegans and vegetarians that they should start eating meat. Like, I don't, it's only a one-way street. As far as I can see, it's only a one-way street. It's only the latter group trying to convince other people to change their behavior. Well, you know what? We don't have to change our behavior for you. And if the government steps in and tries to mandate us to change our behavior and tell us what products we're allowed to buy and not buy, then we've lost all freedom. Might as well move to North Korea if that's the case. That's my opinion, and I'm sticking to it. Keep on rocking in the free world, everyone, and go get some freedom while you still can.